All right, thanks, Joshua. I do want to mention we just got some cancellations in here this afternoon. Bentonville Schools have announced that their high school bands, their junior high bands, will not be traveling to Mountain Home on Friday due to the weather impacts. The Bentonville High varsity cheer team will not be going to Texas Nationals as originally planned for this weekend. They do not want to travel in the storm. And Bentonville West and Bentonville High junior varsity basketball games at this point will also be canceled. They have not canceled the varsity games just yet. Also this weekend on Saturday, Bentonville High and Bentonville West High wrestling, High and Bentonville West High track, and then Brightfield Middle School robotics to Greenwood have all been canceled ahead of these weather cancellations. We know that there will probably a lot more expected to come in for the rest of the week. You'll want to make sure to stay tuned with us for the latest on those cancellations. Again, the band trips to Mountain Home on Friday are canceled. Varsity cheer for Bentonville to Texas Nationals canceled. Bentonville West versus Bentonville High junior varsity basketball game on Friday are canceled. You want to make sure to stay tuned. Well, the same preparations are now underway for how this winter storm watch could impact travel in the region, both on the roads and in the skies. Leaders at XNA told us that their snow removal team has a lot of experience. The director of airport operations says that they are running all of their equipment right now, making sure batteries are all good and everything is running smoothly. He also gave us some insight into how they go about putting de-icing chemicals on the runways.
Just kind of game of chicken is kind of what I refer to it as, because you're kind of basically playing chicken with the storm, where there's a perfect time when you got to start putting chemical down. If you put it down too early, you can be wasting chemical because it gets washed off or diluted. If you put it down too late, then it ices over.
The director adds that the runways have temperature sensors on them, so once it gets close to freezing, that's when they start laying down the chemicals. Well, just minutes ago, a Benton County judge ruled Amber Waterman will continue to face the death penalty. Waterman is charged in the killing of Ashley Bush and her unborn baby in 2022. She's serving 2 life sentences already after pleading guilty in a Missouri federal court to the kidnapping that later resulted to the deaths. Her defense argues that the crimes did not happen in Arkansas, but prosecutors say the planning of the crime happened in Benton County. Waterman's attorneys fought to get the death penalty off of the table, but a judge ruled it will be something that jurors will need to consider in trial. Waterman's next court date is set for April 6th. Well, keep an eye out in Fort Smith. A search is underway right now for a man police consider to be armed and extremely dangerous. Police say they have an arrest warrant out for Algen Smith of Oklahoma City. They believe he could be connected to the bank robbery in the 5200 block of Rogers Avenue around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Investigators believe he might have fled from the scene in a gray Kia Forte with Oklahoma tags. They say he is considered armed and extremely dangerous. Do not approach him. Anyone with information is urged to contact Fort Smith Police or call 911. Fort Smith city leaders have approved $2 million for 5 new slides at Parrot Island. This is despite strong opposition from residents. Last night, residents spoke out one by one. As you can see there, they warned that the park is running a deficit. Taxpayer money could be drained from city services. Concerns focused on the general fund, which they say could shrink if overspending continues. After hearing the public comments, though, the board still voted 4-3 to move forward with the expansion, approving the slides for the new funds.
We can't continue to spend money like this because it's going to take from other parts of the city.
City Administrator Jeff Damon says the money will come from the original project budget, interest earnings, and the general fund, keeping the park's expansion moving forward despite the controversy.